Adhering to guidelines. Ensuring format and content meet institutional requirements. Writing Chapter 2 of a thesis, also known as the Review of Related Literature, RRL, requires strict adherence to institutional guidelines. Universities and research. Institutions often provide specific formatting, citation, and content requirements to maintain consistency and academic integrity. Failing to follow these guidelines can lead to formatting issues, rejection of the chapter, or requests for major revisions. This section discusses the importance of adhering to institutional guidelines, key formatting and content requirements, strategies for compliance, and common mistakes to avoid when writing Chapter 2.1. Why following institutional guidelines is essential. Adhering to thesis writing guidelines is not just a formality. It ensures that research is presented in a clear, credible, and standardized manner. Key reasons to follow institutional requirements include ensuring consistency. Guidelines create uniformity across theses submitted within the institution. Meeting academic standards. Universities establish formatting rules to align with global academic research practices. Avoiding revisions or rejection. Failure to meet formatting and citation requirements often results in requests for corrections or, in extreme cases, thesis rejection. Improving readability. Well-structured and properly formatted literature reviews are easier to read and understand. Maintaining credibility. A properly formatted thesis enhances academic professionalism and credibility. By carefully following institutional guidelines, researchers reduce the risk of errors and streamline the approval process. Key formatting requirements for Chapter 2A. Document formatting institutions typically specify the following: font style and size. Most universities require Times New Roman 12 pt or Arial 11 pt. Margins standard in 1-inch margins on all sides unless stated otherwise. Line spacing. Double spacing is common, but some require 1.5 spacing for easier readability. Indentation and alignment. First line indentation, 0.5 inches for each paragraph. Justified alignment for main text to ensure clean formatting. B. Citation and referencing. Format. Different institutions follow specific citation styles, such as APA, American Psychological Association, common in social sciences, education, and psychology. MLA, Modern Language Association, used in literature, arts, and humanities. Chicago, Turabian, preferred in history and business studies. Harvard referencing, used in various disciplines, especially law and business. Example: APA citation style, in-text citation. Smith 2021. Reference list entry, Smith, J. 2021. The role of motivation in career growth. Academic press. Failure to follow the correct citation style can result in plagiarism concerns or formatting errors. C. Structuring. Chapter 2. Content requirements. Most institutions recommend structuring Chapter 2 as follows: Introduction, overview of the literature review's purpose, scope, and organization. Thematic or chronological organization. Literature is reviewed based on themes, theories, or historical progression. Discussion of related studies. Summarization and analysis of existing research relevant to the study. Identification of gaps in literature, highlighting areas lacking sufficient research to justify the study's necessity. Summary, recap of key findings and how they relate to the research problem. Each section should logically connect to the next while maintaining academic rigor and coherence. Strategies to ensure compliance with institutional guidelines. A. Review. Your university's thesis manual. Most institutions provide a thesis dissertation writing manual outlining specific formatting, citation, and content requirements. Download or obtain the latest version of the manual to avoid outdated information.b. Consult with your advisor or research committee. Regularly seek feedback from your thesis advisor to ensure compliance. If unsure about formatting or content structure, ask for clarification before proceeding. C. Use formatting and reference management tools. Microsoft Word and Google Docs. Useful for applying preset styles, headers, and reference lists. Zotero, Mendeley, or EndNote. Helps organize references and automatically format citations based on institutional guidelines. Grammarly or Hemingway Editor. Assists with grammar checks, sentence clarity, and readability improvements. These tools reduce formatting errors and ensure consistent citations throughout the document. D. Follow sample theses from your institution. Reviewing previously approved theses from your institution helps. Understand expected formatting and structure. Identify common citation practices used by former students. Many universities have thesis repositories where students can access completed research. 4. Common mistakes to avoid in adhering to guidelines. Ignoring margins, font, or spacing rules. Small formatting errors can result in document rejection or revision requests. Using incorrect citation style. Inconsistent or missing. Citations may lead to plagiarism issues. Mixing formatting styles. Avoid switching between different fonts, spacing, or citation styles in the same document. Failing to cross-check references. Ensure all in-text citations match the reference list and vice versa. Overlooking section headings and subheadings. Use properly formatted headings to improve organization and readability. Example of properly formatted. Chapter 2. APA Style. Chapter 2. Review of Related Literature Introduction. This chapter provides a comprehensive review of existing literature related to research topic. The review is organized based on thematic areas, including Theme 1, Theme 2, and Theme 3. The discussion highlights key findings, theoretical frameworks, and gaps in literature. Theme 1. Subtopic: Summarize key studies related to this theme. Theme 2. Subtopic: Discuss previous research findings and theoretical perspectives. Identified gaps in literature. Despite extensive research on topic, there remains a gap in understanding specific aspect. This study aims to address this gap. By brief explanation. Summary. This chapter reviewed existing literature related to research focus. Key themes were discussed, and significant gaps were identified, emphasizing the need for further investigation. Conclusion. Ensuring compliance with institutional guidelines. Adhering to institutional guidelines in Chapter 2 ensures that the II formatting, citations, and content structure meet academic standards. Following these requirements improves the readability, credibility, and approval process of the thesis. Key takeaways. Follow formatting guidelines. Use the correct font, spacing, and margin settings. Apply the proper citation style. Ensure in-text citations and references match. Use subheadings and structured content. Organize literature thematically or chronologically. Utilize formatting tools. Word processors and reference managers help maintain consistency. Cross-check institutional requirements. Regularly consult the thesis manual and advisors. By carefully following these principles, researchers can avoid unnecessary revisions and produce a well-structured, academically sound Chapter 2. If you find this content helpful, subscribe to stay updated on the next tips for writing Chapter 2. Feel free to comment below with topics you'd like us to cover in the future content. Thank you.